now on the Suze Orman Show. Gift cards, the perfect present? Not so fast.
What a waste of money.
Plus,
electrical bill, water.
the bills pile up, and so does the guilt.
A lot of our situation is my fault because I was out of work and I don't earn as much as my wife does, and if I did, things would be a lot easier.
When you have no self-worth, it shows up in your net worth.
And can I afford it? Holiday gifts. Be careful what you wish for.
Our expenses are $63.75 a month.
So you spend more than you take in. All right, we're off to a good start. Go on. Hi, everybody. I'm Suze Orman, and you are watching The Suze Orman Show. Tonight, we are in the middle of the gift-giving season, no doubt about it. And all of you, when you need to purchase a gift at this point in time and you don't know what to buy, you know what you tend to do? You tend to go, oh, I'll just give them a gift card. I do not, and I repeat, I do not want you to do that. And here's the reason why. See these little cards in my hand? These are from the control room here at the Suze Orman Show, the people that are in it. Some of these are 3 years old, months old, not being used, just sitting around. Even Suze Orman was in her drawer looking for something the other day, and I came across all of these gift cards, and I'm embarrassed to tell you. One was from 2007. One was from 2010. It was just wasted money. Now, obviously, I will use them since I found them, but what if they had been thrown away? What if I had never found them? What a waste of money. So I don't want you to give gift cards, number one, because somebody can lose them. They can forget about it. But also, number two, and the most important reason is this. You give somebody a gift card for $25. And they go into the store where the gift card is from, and they don't see anything for $25 that they really want. And now what do? Oh, now they buy something for $75. So that $25 gift card gave them an opportunity to spend $50 more on something that they probably never would have purchased. So you're not helping them. What you could do, which would be far better than a gift card, is can you just give them cash? Oh, cash. That's right, cash. Can you believe it? If you give somebody cash, they're not going to put it in their drawer and forget that it was there. They are not going to lose it. And if they are carrying it around with them, who cares if they spend $5 here or $10 there? It doesn't matter. At least the money will not go to waste. Do you hear me? All right. So now let's make a house call.
Hi, Susie. I'm Erica. I'm 32 years old. This is Avery. She's 2 years old.
And I'm Jared, and I'm 34 years old, and we really need help with our finances, so please help us right our financial ship. Come on, you lead the way. I grew up in an apartment. It was wonderful, but it was always a goal of mine to own my own home.
Once we bought our home in 2008, Jared unfortunately lost his job. A lot of the money that we had been saving, that we were putting into the house and just, had for savings, unfortunately we started using just for day-to-day living.
When we first purchased it, we took up all of the carpeting. We ended up knocking out all of the walls, redoing the electrical, putting up new sheetrock. We added a bathroom. And of course, we did this all while I was out of work, which probably, in hindsight, could have waited. We probably should have waited. But that too helped add, accrued debt.
I'll see you later. Oh, you want me to come? Okay.
As the economy started to rebound a bit, I was able to find a full-time job. But the damage had almost already been done.
So our daughter is in daycare. It's like having a second mortgage.
Found you.
This is the best daycare, and that's something that we really won't give up for our daughter's benefit. We definitely worry about not having an emergency fund. In general, not having one is never a good idea. You have a 2-year-old, it makes it, a lot scarier.
Electrical bill, water, gas, car payment. So this grid represents our monthly budget and the monthly expenses that go out. A lot of our situation is my fault because I was out of work and I don't earn as much as my wife does, and if I did, things would be a lot easier.
I wish he would stop stressing as much and thinking that, he needs to do more. He's working very hard. He's always worked very hard.
So I just feel like a lot of our problems are my fault. Sorry.
Jared, you were crying.
Hi, Susie.
You were crying.
Thank you, Susie.
So, yes, I'm making sure everybody noted that you were crying. Listen, before we really begin this, I just want everybody to know that you see Erica in that package there as well as right now, and you see that she has a hat on. Erica has been going through cancer treatments. The prognosis is very, very good. And so I just wanted you to all know that was what was happening here. But you know, Jared, I want to hear from you because you're the one who wrote in. But while Erica may be dealing with her cancer and she's doing great with it, I have to tell you, I think you have an emotional cancer growing within you that is keeping you from being more and therefore having more. So tell me, why at this point in time did you decide to write in to the Suze Orman Show?
You know, the real reason why I wrote in, Susie, was because, you know, we've been trying so hard, and I've been trying so hard to, as I said earlier, right the ship. And it's just been very difficult, and I just can't see, or I couldn't see past what I was doing wrong, and figured I'd maybe tap into a professional to see if I can, you know, gain some insight to something that I may not be seeing, or perhaps be doing differently that I'm not doing differently.
Mm-hmm. And Erica, as he just told me why he wrote into the show, what were you thinking?
Well, you know, when he told me he wrote in, I was really surprised. But you know, part of me was very happy because every month we can't make ends meet with our bills and what comes in, and it surprises me because you know we both make good salaries, and you know we work very hard, and I really just like to see our way out of this. And like you said, from an emotional point of view, Jared puts a lot of our financial struggles on himself, and I'd like to see him get past that as well. So I think for me, obviously financially, you know, we really want to make things right, but also I'd like to see him just lighten up a little bit and be able to move past all the difficulties he's having, blaming himself with this.
All right. Now, here's what I just heard between the two of you, and I want you to listen closely. Jared, during your entire reason of why you said you wrote in, you only used the word I. You never once used the word we or us. On the other hand, Erica just told me, and everything she used was a we or an us. What that says to me is that you feel all alone in this financial struggle. You feel that you're the one who has to save the day. You feel less than because she makes more than you. And you have let the I, which is the ego. When somebody says I, it's all about ego. You have let your male ego here, because this is a male problem, because you think you should be making more than your female wife. That
Well, wait, let me
go on.
let me interrupt if I would. I have no issues with my wife earning more than I do. In fact, I'm proud to say that she does earn more than I do.
You are lying. You are lying
I'm
to
not.
Suze Orman. Wait, Erica, is he lying?
I really am not.
I don't want to say he's lying, but I think I know he's proud that I do well. I think he wants to make more than me because he does.
No, it's not even.
He does.
Okay, I'm gonna have to correct
have a little
both
bit of the
you now.
male ego thing going
Okay,
on.
so there might be a little bit of male ego there, but my point is, I feel that if I were making more or as much as my wife, life monetarily would be much easier for us.
Or
I think that's.
Or life
Or
would
he's-
be easier for the two of you. Listen to me. If you felt different about who you were. You know, I can say it over and over again and never say it too much, that the three internal obstacles to wealth are fear, shame, and anger. And on some level, you are exhibiting absolute fear and shame, and possibly even anger at yourself, my dear Jared. So it is essential for you to turn this situation around. It's not about the money. It's about how you feel about who you are. When you have no self-worth, it shows up in your net worth. Now, your wife is sitting there going, and it is ringing true to her.
And she's squeezing my hand, I should tell you.
So here is what you need to understand, and just so everybody really gets it, you really do have great income. The two of you together bring home about $8,340 a month. That is a lot of money. Take home, but your expenses are $8,690 a month, so you are $350 a month negative every single month. And part of the reason for that is when things weren't going great with you, you did things like charge things on credit cards, so you currently have $12,000 in credit card debt, you have $11,000 in student loans, you have all this stuff going on for yourself. Do you see what I mean? Another $21,000 in debt, and making those debt payments make it so that it's really hard for you to get by. Now, the question that you wrote in with was very simple. What should you do? In the paperwork that you sent in, and when you talked to Sherry, the producer, you also said it was a possibility that maybe you could move from New York to North Carolina. You know, and North Carolina is great because you have family there that can help you out, and you both have jobs in an industry that you can easily find new positions.
I'm like ready to go tomorrow.
So you would like to go to North Carolina, Jared?
We both would, actually.
And so therefore, if you can move, if you can do a few things, I think you will see your life turn around. The first thing you have to do is you have to be willing to start over. And what I mean by that is stop this blame game, Jared. Stop looking at the mistakes you made. Buying the car, renovating the home, you did it. Who cares about it? It is done. So stop looking at what you could have had and look at what you actually do have. The main thing that you have is you have a wife who has a good prognosis of being healthy. That boyfriend is worth all the money in the world.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
I do want you to sell the house right now and move to North Carolina. I obviously want you to start looking at jobs and trying to get jobs in North Carolina before you sell the house. Once you sell the house, you have quite a few tens of thousands of dollars of equity in this house, and that will give you the money to move to North Carolina and have a little bit of an emergency fund. Now, when you move to North Carolina, I do not want you to buy a home. I want you to rent and just stay renting for now. The reason is it's still a good time to sell a home. If it's a good time to sell a home, it's not necessarily a good time to buy a home. We have to deal with this credit card because you have $12,000 of credit card debt at 16% interest. So I want you to go to NFCC, which is the National Foundation of Credit Counselors. We are going to set up an appointment with you. They will deal with these credit cards, hopefully getting your interest rate down to 0% and giving you a 5-year plan that you can make payments on that with no interest rate accruing. That would be great for you. If you could just start right there, I promise you, at 34, 32, you are young enough to turn this whole situation around. So that is the plan that you have at hand. And I think the two of you can do it, really. But you have to make today your new starting point and start over emotionally, financially, psychologically, and in every possible way.
Thank you, Susie.
Thank you so much, Susie.
Okay, bye-bye.
Next, a maid of honor who can't honor her commitment.
And right now, I really can't afford the expenses that come with being in the wedding.
And this is when you find out, is a friend really a friend?
And later, what do you want to buy for the holidays?
I'd love to take my family to New York City for Christmas.
And how are you going to pay for this?
So we've saved $2,500 so far, so the remainder will go on our airline miles credit card.
Welcome back to the Suze Orman Show. Let's go to New Jersey. Kara, you're on the Suze Orman Show.
Hi, Susie. Good evening.
Thank you, madam. What can I do for you?
All right. Well, first of all, I'm a huge fan, and I'm extremely excited to be able to get some advice from you tonight. So here's my situation. I recently committed to being in my best friend's wedding, actually her maid of honor. However, I just found out I'm pregnant with my second child, and my husband and I, we live on a very tight budget, and right now I really can't afford the expenses that come with being in the wedding. Even if I started to save now, which I have a little bit, I won't have enough money for everything. But I really don't want to let her down, and especially since for my wedding, she went overboard. So what do I do?
Now, see, here's the thing that I always say, you know, Kara, it's like your friend does something for you. We don't know, can she afford it? Could she have done that? But she did it anyway. So let's just say she did it, but she was being irresponsible to herself because she didn't have the money to do it. And now you feel obligated out of guilt to do the same thing back for her when you obviously don't have the money to do it. How far are we away from her wedding?
Her wedding's in May.
So in May, so you're still quite a few months away from that. Here's what I would do. I would be honest with her. And this is when you find out, is a friend really a friend? Because she needs to understand what you're going through, and a baby's a big deal, and she'll be in that situation at time, you know, soon enough, hopefully, as well. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to call her, and I want you to tell her the truth. She now has two choices. She will say to you, it's okay, I have enough money, I want you there so much, I'll pay for you. Or she'll say, it's all right, stay home, I love you, whatever it is, and she'll go along with you. Or actually, there's three choices. She'll get mad. Now, whatever it may be, you need to know what type of friend she is to you, so pick up the phone and find out. Let's go to Nicholas in Tennessee. Boyfriend, what's on your mind tonight?
Hey, Susie, I have $58,000 in student loans, and I'm wanting to know if it's a good idea for me to roll those student loans into refinancing my mortgage. And so I owe about $275,000 on my mortgage, and it's at 4%. My student loans, most of them are around 6.8%. Some are down to 2.5%. The problem is I can't get any tax deduction for my student loan interest, so I'm looking to see if I should probably roll it into my mortgage or not.
How much equity, really, do you have in your home?
I have about $125,000 in equity right now.
And are you on the standard repayment method with the student loans at this point in time?
I am, and I try to pay a little bit more, too.
So would it be a struggle on any level to refinance or put it into the home?
No, it would not.
All right, so here's what I would do if I were you. I actually would refinance these into the mortgage, but you cannot extend it longer than 10 years, meaning if you are going to be paying off these loans in 10 years, if you're going to do a second or put it into your home and have to refinance the whole thing, don't go out further than 10 or 15 years of a mortgage. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
All right, so if you can afford that, absolutely get the tax write-off. And you know how I feel about student loans. I would do that if I were you. Oh, yes, I can see it right now. Monday morning, I'm going to come, and all these emails are going to be on our server saying, Susie, why in the world would you have told Nicholas to refinance a 2.5% student loan into a mortgage at a higher possible interest rate? Here is the reason, all of you doubters. It's this. He said that the 2.5% that he's paying is not tax deductible. He doesn't get to take off any of the interest on his student loans. That means he's making too much money to take it off. All right. Number two, when he does that, it's going to become tax deductible to him if he puts it in his mortgage. And given his probable tax bracket, he will be paying less after taxes than he is right now at 2.5%. Let's go all the way to Texas. Kiana, girlfriend, go for it.
Hello, Susie. Thank you for taking my call. My question is, I have $12,000 worth of credit card debt at 13.9%, and I'm planning on taking a loan from my 401k to pay it off. I really need to focus on paying off my student loans, which is about $60,000, and I have about $60,000 in my retirement. is it worth it to take care of this now or keep plugging away off the debt?
Kiana, how old are you?
I'm 38.
38. How long have you been watching the Suze Orman Show?
I've been watching you for probably about 2 years. But
2
I've read
years.
your book.
And anyway, through those 2 years or any of the books I've ever written, any time during that period, have you ever heard me say you are never to take a loan from your 401k? Have you ever heard me say that?
I already knew the answer, but
All right.
I just need to hear it from you.
All right. Kiana, no, you are not taking a loan from your 401k or withdrawing money from your retirement account for student loans or anything. You are not touching your retirement accounts. Do you hear me, girlfriend?
Up next,
What gift are you going to give yourself or somebody else?
a holiday gifts edition of Can I Afford It?
My husband says we spend too much on pictures, but Susie, these are our last babies, and they only turn one once.
And they only turn 2 once, and they only turn 3 once.
And
My son would like a computer for the holidays for gaming and homework.
Did I hear you say gaming first? You didn't say homework. You said gaming and homework, right? Did I hear that right? What do you want to buy?
Take my family to New York City.
Season tickets for the Kansas City Chiefs. Pictures of our twins and family.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the Can I Afford It segment where you call in, tell me what it is that you want to buy, and I tell you if you can afford it or not. This is the 5th night of Hanukkah, 5 days away from Christmas, so it's all about holiday gifts. Are you ready? Let's begin. Anne, what holiday gift do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie. I'm a big fan of yours. Thanks for having me on your show. I'd love to take my family to New York City for Christmas. My birthday's on Christmas Eve, and I usually don't celebrate it on my actual birthday because of holiday events and extended family gatherings. This time, I'd like to have a memorable birthday and treat my family to a vacation in the Big Apple.
I get it. I was just going to say there's nothing more beautiful than that big Christmas tree and all the store windows. So I get that you want to go there.
Yes.
All right, so here's the thing. Show me the money.
Okay, so it should cost us around $5,000. Our take home is $7,622 a month combined.
Yep,
Our expenses are about $6,344 a month.
yep.
We have a 20-year fixed mortgage that's at $195,000 and $4,000 left on a HELOC. In savings, we have $38,000 liquid, $401,000 in retirement, and $7,000 in a 529 college plan.
And how are you going to pay for this?
So we've saved $2,500 so far. So the remainder will go on our airline miles credit card at an 8.99% interest rate, which we hope to pay off in 3 to 4 months by my working overtime.
I got it. So this is a holiday gift on a birthday night. It's all 2 in 1, and therefore you are denied.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
but
you.
let me just tell you why. You are $10,000 currently short of an emergency fund that you need. You have a HELOC there. The greatest birthday gift that you can ever give yourself at this point in time would be to take that same amount of money and pay off your home equity line of credit, girlfriend. You can't go into credit card debt and consider that a gift. Sue, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie. Happy holidays. It's a blessing to talk to you.
Thank you.
I wanted to get my kids season tickets for the Kansas City Chiefs. Before my husband passed away, he wanted to get this for our family. It's a $6,000 a year, but it's a 3-year commitment. So basically $18,000. I would also be getting an extra ticket for my dad to go along with me and help me with the kids.
So the whole thing is for $18,000, or if you get an extra ticket for your dad, is it more, or for everybody it's $18,000?
That's for everybody, yes.
Girlfriend, show me the money.
Okay, my take-home is $6,300 a month, and that includes a survivor benefit. Our expenses are about $5,400 a month. I have $12,000 on a 401k loan that was my husband's, but will be paid off shortly. However, I do own our home outright.
Yeah.
In savings, I have $183,000 liquid, $50,000 in a 401k retirement, and $100,000 in 529 college plan.
And how are you going to pay for this?
I was going to take it out of our liquid savings.
Liquid savings and do it. You are approved. And
Yay!
you're approved because, number one, you have the money. And you know what? I think it's a great last wish to fulfill for your husband. Okay, sweetheart? Our hearts go out to you. I hope they win. All right, Karen, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie. My son would like a computer for the holidays for gaming and homework. However, we just financed a school trip this spring for him to go to Italy that cost $3,000. So we're hesitating a bit.
Did I hear you say gaming first? You didn't say homework. You said gaming and homework, right? Did I hear that right?
That's correct.
So it's more important for gaming than homework. All right, I will keep that in mind. Show me the money.
Okay. Our income is $62.50 a month combined. Our expenses are $63.75 a month.
So you spend more than you take in. All right, we're off to a good start. Go on.
And our debt is $62,000 on a 15-year fixed mortgage for our house. We have $27,000 on a line of credit and $22,000 on a car loan.
Mm-hmm.
In savings, we have $6,500 liquid, $312,000 in retirement, and $2,000 in my son's 529 college plan.
So let me also just get this right. You have more money in your son's college plan than you have in your own emergency fund. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's correct. How are you going to pay for this?
Well, we'd like to pay for this purchase with our line of credit.
Oh, sure you would. Denied. You are so denied. You're not even close to being approved. You should have at least $48,000 in an emergency fund if you really want to take care of this kid. Can you just start making correct decisions for yourself? Are you kidding me? Marie, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie. This holiday, I'd like to buy an iPad for my 2-year-old son. He's high-functioning autistic and technologically gifted. I'm getting so tired of sharing my iPad with him. One of these days, he's accidentally going to post a selfie on Facebook or delete my pictures. This would be a Christmas present for him.
And can't you just lock your iPad? Can't you just make it so he can only do certain things? All right, but that's not what you're asking me. You're asking me, can you afford $600 for an iPad?
Yes,
Show me the
ma'am.
money. Show me the
All
money.
Right. Our take-home is $9,842 a month. Our expenses are $7,313 a month. We owe $234,000 on a 30-year fixed mortgage and $40,000 on 2 car loans. And in savings, we have $35,000 liquid, $300,000 in retirement, and $2,000 in a 529 college fund.
And how are you going to pay for this?
It would come out of our monthly income.
Monthly income, and you know the rule about how much money I want all of you to have in an emergency fund. I want you to have at least 8 months, and you do not have 8 months in your emergency fund, so this one's simple. You are approved.
Oh, awesome.
And the reason you're approved is that of the money that you have in retirement, $70,000 of it is in a Roth. So when you take into consideration what you have in a Roth as well as what you have in an emergency fund, girlfriend, you can afford it. All right, Megan, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie. Thanks for taking my call.
Anytime, Megan. What do you want to buy? What gift are you going to give yourself or somebody else?
Well, last Christmas, my husband paid for professional newborn pictures of our twin boys with our family. They turned out so cute. All I want for Christmas this year is for the same photographer to take one-year pictures of our twins and family. My husband says we spend too much on pictures, but Susie, these are our last babies, and they only turn one once.
And they only turn 2 once, and they only turn 3 once, and they only turn each year once. With all the cameras that are out there, on the iPhones, everything that's out there, why can't you just take pictures for free? What is stopping you from doing that? Again, that's not the question here. Show me the money.
Okay, our take-home is $7,000 a month. Our expenses are $4,616 a month. We have a 30-year fixed mortgage of $475,000 at 3.875%. In savings, we have $132,000 liquid, $88,000 in retirement, and $7,000 in 529 college.
And how are you going to pay for these?
Out of our liquid savings.
Liquid, you are approved. Obviously, at the age of 30, look how much money you have, so you're doing great. But is that something you really want to spend your money on when you can just snap it yourself free? That's for you to decide, but you have the money to do so. Want to be part of the Can I Afford It segment? All you have to do is go to my website, SuzeOrman.com, and you will find the information you need to know there to come and play with us right here. And if we choose you to be on the air, Robo-Man, you will get a T-shirt. You can't get these anywhere else. Greatest gift of all, with my decision on it just for you.
Up next, he just wants out.
Would really love to get this house out of our lives, but we're still about $30,000 underwater.
Taking money out of a 401k for any reason besides being in retirement is absolutely just plain stupid.
And later, Lisa asks Suze,
How am I doing?
Looking at all of that, what grade would I give you? I would give you a...
Oh, wow.
Welcome back, everybody, to the control room at CNBC headquarters. So many ways for you to be part of this show right here. Take a look at your screen. You can send in an email, join me on Facebook, or if you send in a tweet and put hashtag Ask Suze, it comes to us here. And if we choose your tweet, it will be on the air. Let's see what's trending right now. We have from at the anchovy lover. I do not like anchovies. That has nothing to do with you. I just don't like them anyway. Suze, I love target date funds in my 401k. Why don't you love them? How much time do you have, anchovy lover, to have me answer that question? Listen. Target date mutual funds, most of them, not all of them, have, number one, very high expense ratios, which means you are paying for those services more than you should, in my opinion. But mostly, here's the reason. You don't invest according to how old you are. You invest according to really what's happening in the economy. So here you are, you've gotten older now, and your target date fund is doing what? Taking all the money that's in the stock market and putting it into bonds. At the exact time, possibly, interest rates may be going up, which means bonds are going to go down. That's not the time to be investing in bonds. So target dates only invest according to age, not what's going on in the economy. And that is not how I would be investing if I were you. Got it? I still don't like anchovies. All right, let's see what else is trending. At Jordan Kaufman, at 32, should I start taking advantage of the TSP Roth? I currently have a Roth IRA and TSP. For those of you who don't know, a TSP is a thrift savings plan usually offered to people in the armed forces. You absolutely should take advantage of a Roth TSP over a regular TSP. I am a lover of Roth anything. Why? Because you pay taxes now, and as it grows and you take it out later on, it's totally tax-free. We are currently, in my opinion, in the lowest tax brackets of our lifetime. Where tax bracket's going to go? I think up and up and up. So get rid of that possibility of happening and do a TSP Roth right now. Let's go to webcam. Barry in Arizona. Boyfriend, ask me your question.
Hi, Suze. We moved out of a house in 2013 and have been renting it out since then. The rent doesn't quite cover the 15-year mortgage, and we've been subsidizing it by about $800 a month. Would really love to get this house out of our lives, but we're still about $30,000 underwater. What would be the better way to do this? Take money out of investments or take out a 401k loan?
Would you be surprised if I told you neither? First of all, you are not, and do you hear me? You are not ever going to touch your 401k. That is money for retirement. Taking money out of a 401k for any reason besides being in retirement is absolutely just plain stupid. Got that? Now, here's the question. You take $30,000 out of your investments. Now you're going to sell it. All right. Or do you simply do a short sale and owe income tax on that $30,000, which is less than paying the $30,000 to begin with? And then the only downside there is, so it harms your FICO score for a period of time. But $30,000 is a lot of money. So if it were me, I would be doing a short sale, getting it out of my life that way, paying income taxes on that $30,000, and that would be that. All right, everybody, let's go back to the studio, and here's what's coming up next.
A nurse is ready for a change.
My goal is to retire next year and pursue my dream of working with animals.
So, how's she doing?
You are $750 a month short, so listen closely, girlfriend.
And later, test your money smarts in Susie's Pop Money Quiz.
Welcome back to the Suze Orman Show.
Hi, Susie. I'm 57 and have been widowed for the past year and a half. I'm trying to be smart with my money and recently sold my home to cut expenses and downsize my life. I've worked as a nurse for the past 36 years, and physically, it's taken a toll on me. I'm ready to work part-time doing something else. My goal is to retire next year and pursue my dream of working with animals. Susie, how am I doing?
Hey, Lisa, you are on webcam tonight.
Hi, Susie.
This way I get to see your reaction when I give you my grade. Either it's a smile or who knows what it is, but I can't wait to see how you respond. Lisa, if you were going to give yourself a grade, doing exactly what you're doing now, do you think that you can retire 1 year from now, take a part-time job, working with animals and so forth? Do you think you can afford it?
Yes.
Yeah,
I hope so.
You hope so. So what grade would you give yourself?
I would give myself a B+.
A B+. All right, everybody, let's take a look at Lisa's finances. Then I will give her my grade. Lisa is 57. She is widowed. She has about $311,000 in a retirement fund, $87,000 in emergency funds, $430,000 in investments, no consumer debt, no mortgage debt. So her total assets are about $828,000. That's a big deal. I love that for you, my Lisa. Her monthly take-home is $3,000, expenses of $2,707, so you have excess of about $293 a month. All right, looking at all of that, what grade would I give you? I would give you a C-.
Oh, wow.
Wow. All right, and let me tell you why. When you quit your job, you're going to have to pay for your health insurance, all the insurances and everything that's covered right now on your job, you're going to have to pay for it. Because if you work part-time somewhere, they're not going to fully insure you. So I have given you a monthly goal of about $4,000 a month. So given what you currently have right now, if it generates income for you a year from now, you're only going to get approximately $2,000 a month after taxes from all of that money. Now you go out and you get a job. And let's say you're making $20,000 a year part-time. After taxes, that's still only $1,250 a month. So you're coming in at $3,250 a month after taxes of income with possible expenses of $4,000 a month. So you are $750 a month short. Now, what you did say in your paperwork is you would be willing to move to Oregon, where you would cut your expenses and possibly live with your sister or whatever it was. Even if you did that, you would still come up $465 a month short. So that is what we've got going on for you. Now here, however, is your way to an A, so listen closely, girlfriend. You need to work at your current job until you are 60, not so bad, till you are 60. You then will move to Oregon. You, at that point in time, are able to claim your Social Security survivor's benefit on your deceased husband, and that will give you $700 a month. Now, you will also need to get a part-time job, but you cannot make more than $15,720 a year, because if you make more than that, they're going to dock your Social Security survivor's benefit. So that would just be stupid. But if you do all that, you are looking at about $4,100 a month after taxes with the pension, the Social Security benefits, your income, all of that from your investments. At the age of 67, you will drop the survivor's benefit and you will now claim your full Social Security. If you don't work anymore at that point in time, the income from your investments plus your Social Security will still keep you at $4,100 a month after taxes, and you should be okay. That, girlfriend, is your action plan.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Up next, one more thing Suze wants you to know.
I want you to think about what is the gift that you can give yourself. Here's what I would like that gift to truly be. Time to test your money smarts in a Suze Pop Money Quiz. What is a smart way to decrease your monthly car insurance bill? A, buy a new car every 3 years. B, switch insurance companies every year. C, opt for a higher deductible. D, take out a car loan for 5 years instead of 3. The answer after the break. Before the break, I asked, what is a smart way to decrease your monthly car insurance bill? The answer is C, opt for a higher deductible. It's almost a wrap on the Suze Orman Show, but before we go, there's still one more thing I want you to know. We are in the middle of Hanukkah. Christmas is right around the corner, 5 days away. And I know you're thinking about all the gifts that you can buy everybody else, what you can do for everybody else. But tonight, right here and right now, I want you to think about what is the gift that you can give yourself. What would be an absolute priceless gift? A gift that would really have true meaning to you. I'll let you think about that for a little bit here, but here's what I would like that gift to truly be. I would like that gift to be the knowledge of you truthfully knowing that your money and the things around you will never define who you are. You define your money. You define the things around you. It all resides within you. So if you could give your gift up to yourself, one of self-worth, then you're really going to give yourself a gift that lasts forever. Remember, if you just put yourself first, you will have a true understanding of why every single week on the Suze Orman Show, I say the following. Until next week, there's only one thing that I really want you to remember, and it is this: people first, then money, then things. Happy holidays, everybody. Now you stay safe. Bye-bye.